My name's Alex Telander. I do the author interview and book review podcast, Banter. Well, I started doing book reviews about 10 years ago in college, and I've been doing book reviews ever since then for different publications, some online sites. And then about a year ago, I was thinking, well, with podcasts becoming so popular, what if I did book reviews, as a podcast? Just because people have iPods and everything now, I figured, maybe they'll want to listen to book reviews as well as read them. And so I started doing that last fall, about October, and then I got my first interview with Brandon Sanderson. He was coming to the store I work at, and I thought, oh, I'll interview him, see how that works. It went really well. We got like 600 odd hits on the site, which was really good. My first big guy was Dan Simmons, and I shot for it, contacted the publicist, never expected to get anything back, and then when I got that email, it was like, getting a book deal or something. I was overjoyed. And since then, I've gone to the point now where it's like, if I don't get it, I get bummed because, I've been so successful with getting these big authors and stuff like that. And it's been real fun. I mean, the one thing I've really discovered with meeting these great authors and talking with them, whether it's, Bernard Cornwell or Christopher Golden or whoever it is. I did Douglas Preston recently too. They're all amazing people. They're so humble and nice guys, even though they're, massive best-selling authors. You would think they'd be a little arrogant, and they're not. They're all just great people and really supportive of me, who's just, a lowly podcaster on the internet and not affiliated with anything big or any big companies or publications. I look for unusual questions and trying different things with them, and I think part of it is they want to support me, I think, in being a small podcaster, and also just doing something different as opposed to a big, televised show or something like that. They're getting out to the internet people, and it could be a bigger audience in some ways, or at least a different audience to what they're usually reaching out to. Well, it originally started, I had a funny little idea of my dream goal of like one day where I was like, making so much money off of this and be a great thing to do, of actually going to authors' homes and interviewing them there and talking with them, which would be just fun to see their homes for one thing, and then to actually interview them in their own environment is kind of like, the kind of fantasy long-term goal. Quite a bit of feedback I've gotten from interviewing authors is that the future will be the internet and online and people starting stuff on their own as opposed to having to, get contracted with a publisher or an agent or things like that. A lot of things you can just put up on your own website now, and you can generate a huge following for that. A lot of music artists have started that way, where they do a YouTube video or something like that, and now they've got, then they get a recording contract next week because they get 1 million hits or something like that. So it's really, I think it's really opened it up to anyone kind of being able to make it, the ideal American entrepreneur type thing. It is a lot of hard work. The key I've kind of found with anything that you want to be popular, and if you want to get the hits, you have to keep doing it. That's the feedback I get from people I talk with too. It's like you can't just do a little and leave it there. You've got to keep doing it. You have a regular schedule. I started off just doing it once a month, and then it wasn't enough because I was getting more interviews that I could put content up for, and so I switched to twice a month. So now it's up the 1st and the 15th. I have new episodes twice a month.